What's up, everybody? Jaxxsin here, coming to you today with my little brother Chubbs.
Hello.
And I just wanted to throw a quick video, my impressions on Destiny 2, the beta, so anyone who doesn't want to have to watch an hour and 18 minutes or however long it was of me live streaming it, you don't have to. I'm gonna sum it up here real quick. Got my brother Chubbs here because he is also a day one Destiny player, played it a lot with me. We just want to talk about what we think about this beta. Does it suck? Yeah. The thing about, let me explain right now. I was not going to be buying Destiny 1. I just want to sum this up real quick and get this out there. I know this is something I've said many times, but Destiny taught me as a consumer that buying Bungie Activision products day one is not a good idea. Okay, they sold a game for $60, they sold a season pass for $30, and then they forced players to pay another $40 for an expansion to play the content contained within the first two packages that they had bought. Okay, this is an anti-consumer company. It says, fuck that last generation, we're going to release our games there, we're going to have microtransactions there, we're going to fucking have, and tell them that these microtransactions are going to fund new content, but then we're going to cut the fucking expansion on the final expansion. We're going to cut them away from that content, force them to upgrade with a $300, $400 machine, right? I was not going to be buying this game because I do not like the way that this game treated me, all right? There was nothing that this game could have done short of being miraculous and having like them speaking and saying there's going to be free content. And I'm not talking about bullshit holiday events that bring a whole new collection of emotes and bullshit for people to buy. Oh, they're only cosmetic. You know what? I'm fucking getting sick of this only cosmetic argument, because if the cosmetics are the point of the game and the game is gearing you towards getting those cosmetics, then they are no longer simply just cosmetics that don't affect the gameplay. If the gameplay is being affected by the cosmetics, then it matters, all right? And Destiny, so I wasn't going to buy Destiny 1 going into this already, alright? So now I just want to jump in real quick. I'm going to toss it over to my brother Chubbs, back to me. We're just going to give our impressions with the story, things like that, what we thought, okay? I'm going to go first real quick. Let me say this. Story, I really don't give a shit. All right, this was never my problem with Destiny 1, wasn't the lack of story, all right? I kind of liked the vagueness and I actually kind of liked the Grimoire. I wish that it was included in the actual game, and I understand that criticism, but I also understood Bungie's incentive to getting outside people on their outside website and also keeping player retention high while people at work can check on, see what their fellow Guardians are doing, whatever. I get why they did it. I wish it would have been in the game. I never had a problem with that. And so when I start Destiny 2 and I see this grand cutscene that I don't give a fuck about characters that I could give a shit less about anymore, alright? I don't care about any of this. Going so far as to just be like, this is, the second I see him shut down the ghost, I'm like, aren't I just gonna be dead now? Like, isn't the ghost the reason I'm able to be alive and there's no light and what they're doing? And I'm like, oh, this is just, and this is my thought on it. Fuck that story. Fuck your Cabal Bane. Alright? Right?
Dude. That's exactly who it was. And it just had a mask over it.
So what's your opinion on the story section of the beta? Not the strike, not the PvP. Right. You didn't do the PvP, but what is your opinion on the story bit of it?
Alright, so like straight out of the gate, they had the intro horrible. Like just straight up introducing a character that a lot of people haven't really given a shit about. Bungie, because quite frankly, you're terrible at setting up characters and doing actual work with character development. Instead, you just have some famous guy do a voice and everybody falls in love because nerd pop culture or whatever. But like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't give a fuck about Cade 6. I don't give a fuck about
I don't either.
I
don't understand why he's like sitting there in a bar drinking. He's a fucking robot.
Yeah.
Like, if you're gonna make that a character, like, make him like an Awoken. Make him like, give it to someone where it makes sense.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. And like,
he's an exo. He's a fucking robot.
Yeah, who cares? He has like literally no backstory. He has like...
Oh, I'm sure he does now. I'm sure he did before. That's the thing. What you gotta understand is, and this is, we're gonna talk about this real quick when it goes back to the story.
To be fair, I never dug into the Grimoire. So if it is somewhere like this character actually had development worked on him, I don't know about it.
Yeah, and you wouldn't if you didn't follow the game.
Because I just played the game.
You might have got a little bit of it in the Taken King, but honestly, these cutscenes to me are just childish. They're built for children. They're flashy lights. They're transformers. They're, I don't know. There's just no substance to them at all. Let's talk about this. So the story, this is the first game where Luke Smith, Hacksmith, is winging it. Okay, these guys have been winging the lore. They have been winging the lore. Okay, the fucking YouTubers online, the Destiny lore YouTubers online give more of a shit about this story than they do, all right?
Yeah.
They give more of a shit. They care about it more because there's no respect from Bungie coming towards the consumer.
They're
There just
acting
isn't.
like
There isn't.
They're acting like it's already.
So let's talk about the innovations to the outside of the story. Okay, the story,
gameplay.
honestly, to the story point of it, the reason I don't care is because I feel like Bungie has created a system where the story means shit.
Yeah.
They, from the beginning, anyone playing Destiny 2, you're going to be there because you're a huge fan of Destiny 1. That's the only reason you're playing Destiny 2 day one. There's no one, I mean, maybe there's going to be people who have been on the sidelines, who haven't participated in any of this, who might get tricked into the hype and just be as burned as, we were when we picked up Destiny 1.
Right.
And that's fine, I understand that, but I'm just saying, for the most part, day one Destiny 2 players are Destiny 1 fans that love this game and are hardcore fans of this game, alright?
Right.
What this game has conditioned and taught them is that this story does not matter, because it couldn't matter in the first one, because it was nonsensical, with no end, no conclusion. Then we have Luke Smith come out and say he's directly, like, this man's an idiot, this game sucks, and the innovations that they added a new mechanic. What was yours on the Warlock?
Alright, so with the Warlock, as far as I could tell, the only real mechanic change was like they wanted you to have more aerial combat, so they added an aerial dodge. You could dash midair while you were gliding.
Yeah, I kind of saw that on a couple of videos I watched before.
Yeah, and then on top of that, they added the new ability, which was like, I didn't play around with it a whole lot because I don't really give a shit, but the one that it gave me was
we only played through the story. We played the Strike once. I played one competitive game or one Crucible game, and then I was done with it and I deleted it. Just so you know, this is coming, because honestly, stepping into it, I was like I said, if you're playing Destiny 2 day one, odds are you're a Destiny 1 hardcore fan, because there's nothing there that's any different, that's going to sway anyone. Like, I don't like Destiny 1 anymore. Okay, it was a grinder's hell that I enjoyed a lot of because of the fun little, mental fucking, they basically tooled me, and I'm willing to admit that and become better for it. All right, but they basically tooled me with some fucking flashy, smart behavioral psychological game design. All right, and they did make a very addicting game, very addicting grind, very, it's just in your face with how everything in that game is rewarded randomly. Oh, right? Yeah. Except for level, experience points, everything else is rewarded randomly. Okay, so they did the first half of the game where you're actually getting the satisfaction of gaining levels, blah, blah, blah. That was the first order of game design. Then they did the last order of game design, which was the whatever reward system where you get it randomly. You don't know what you're going to get. You're going to get it randomly, but that's how the last light levels were. Right? Because you had to get it randomly through the gear drops, through the, fucking Cryptarch's bullshit, through it all. You had to be. So this was the thing. I played a lot of it. I got into the Grimoire, I got into the story, the game looked gorgeous, the game set very well in a way that I was able to run around on the moon just killing Hive and exploring in the, under the Hellmouth or wherever it is.
Right.
Just exploring around in that area for hours on end. Doing nothing, getting nothing, being not rewarded by it at all because you're not getting loot, at all at that point in the game, because this is prior to the Taken King. And then even with the Taken King, all they do is give you more crap.
Yeah.
That's it. Everyone's like, they fixed the loot system, dude. You actually get loot. And I played it and I'm like, you get blues and fucking greens. All of this shit is irrelevant, pointless. This is fucking bullshit to keep me interested, and I'm not interested anymore.
So it's high level blues and greens. Cool.
I'm not interested anymore because I know one of two things. I know two things. The first thing being, I know that this company is hacky and unoriginal now because I've played free-to-play games that have better grind mechanics than this AAA title that has a fucking $500 million budget, 10-year plan, all right? Supposedly the golden child. Everyone creams over this game, right? So I know that this game's hacky, and two, I know that this company has no fucking respect for me. And I know that this man, Luke Smith, especially has no respect for me due to comments he has made regarding the Destiny community, which at that point I was a part of. And honestly, I didn't give a shit. I was pissed about it later after they fucking took my content away. But at the time, what do I care? I'm not buying these fucking dances anyway. So this doesn't concern me. And honestly, I find it ridiculous that people actually were pleased when he apologized by allowing that content to be sold for $20. I find that humorous as fuck that people, oh wow, applaud him. Applaud this man who said, these people would throw their money at the screen. You should just not even think about it. You should just buy the $60 fucking new edition. Just buy it. It's coming with the dances and emotes anyway. Trust me, when you see these dances, you can be throwing money at the screen. This is a company that has no respect for me. This is a company that, then in turn apologizes by making those things available for sale. This is a company that is living so high off the hype, false hype, on this shitty game, all right, that he's willing to just say that to the fucking player base and not face any fucking consequences. To have people openly attack anyone who criticizes him on YouTube, anyone who criticizes this company on YouTube, anyone who criticizes this company in any fucking venue, Bungie forums, anywhere you're at, you're criticizing Destiny, Facebook, Twitter, you're getting attacked by these fucking moronic assholes who think that this game came from God them fucking selves. And really, it came from a group of very talented individuals who stepped away from the project the second they saw the fucking course that it was taking. And that's the facts. So I don't like Destiny 1. So of course when I stepped into Destiny 2 beta and it's the same fucking game with the same fucking assets from the first one, you bet your ass I'm not pleased and I don't give a fucking half a shit or a fuck. I'll fucking redbox this game, I'll play it for a weekend, take that shit back, and have enough footage to talk shit on this game for another fucking year. So fuck you, Bungie, fuck you, Destiny, and fuck anybody defending this company and telling me that the moves they made in Destiny 1 are completely okay and should be defended, and this is a company that should be supported financially. Fuck you! Chubbs, your outro? Sorry, that was a fucking tirade. My apologies.
That's okay. I understand it completely. Trust me. The attitude of the company is like they have no respect for you, and not only that, but it's almost like they're full of themselves.
Yeah.
Like if you ever met a person who's just like thinks that their shit don't stink.
Biggest head in the room. Yeah. Biggest dick in the room.
Yeah. Like they're the top shit, number one
smartest.
thing. Yep.
No way they could be wrong in any situation.
Right, and I feel like that's how this company is acting, and while they're acting that way, they're also begging for people to dip out more money from their wallet. And people are buying.
But they're not begging people, they're kind of forcing people. Because if you're interested in the game and you have a set group of friends that you're playing that shit with, every weekend you're having beers and you're playing fucking raids with your friends, your group, you are forcing that person. If he wants to remain social with his friends, if he wants to run the Nightfall, if he wants to run the new raid, if he wants to get the new light level, if he doesn't want to run all of his old content on easy, with no available difficulties other than easy, he's going to have to give you $40 more.
It's true.
Fuck them.
But what does that say about society? That should be my outro.
What does that say about society?
That should be my outro. You all should be ashamed of yourselves.
Fucking ashamed.
For shame. The fact that the retard in the room who thinks that he's top shit and like the best thing in town.
And he's just hurling it. He's just fucking hurling insults.
The guy
at the people who then in turn turn around and attack anyone who's like, hey, that was kind of fucked up what he said.
Yeah. This is a guy who's like walking up to chicks and saying, hey lady, you want to take a mustache ride? You know?
Yeah, he's that type of guy.
This is Bungie, and that's
they act like they're the top
attitude.
shit. Yeah,
that's
they're just
attitude.
like they're like grab them by the pussy levels of arrogance.
And I felt that way when they were like
grab them by the pussy levels of arrogance.
I felt that way when they were like vanilla Destiny, like it was such a huge deal.
They're trying to bring in World of Warcraft lingo to their shitty quasi MMO. With a shared world of a max of 10 people, maybe?
Yeah.
Are you fucking... It's
like an IGN video, and Bungie's sitting there like, what Year 1 Destiny did for us. And they're just sitting there stroking their own cock.
What you didn't see was all the fucking fucking producers and like heads of fucking IGN, they were on their knees sucking their dicks
really?
during those interviews. Yeah, you
After
couldn't see
they
it.
fluffed
But that's why
themselves.
Luke's always got that fucking just perfectly contented face when he's in interviews, where he just like, nothing can bother me, man. I'm on the top of the. It's because he's getting his dick sucked by someone fucking so that he could get early access to this footage that for some reason is the most like blown out of proportion game. Like, this is the fucking game. This is Destiny 1.
This is Twilight.
Twilight, motherfucker.
This is like the level of Twilight in the video game community.
Okay, that's it for us. That's what we think of Destiny 2.
Ow!
Like I said, I'll be redboxing it, and I'll be talking shit on it for a very long time to come. Fucking love you guys. Take care. Stay awesome. Keep kicking ass. And always remember, this. These fucking, there's still, it's just this, it's the same fucking thing. Am I insane right now? It's a fucking, $60 add-on with a $30 season pass that's still not going to get you 100% of the content in the game, that's still going to cut you off at some point and force you to buy more shit.